Go ahead, Raquel.
Thank you, Karine. I want to do a follow-up about the lines that you were just reading on foreign leaders, because it seems like this perception has changed after the debate.
You mean the quotes that I was laying out for all of you from Chancellor?
Yeah, exactly.
And the
because
Prime Minister.
Talking to diplomats here in DC, they're telling me that the word
Diplomats or leaders of countries?
diplomats who work for these leaders.
Okay. No, I know. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I was
they're
talking about the
representing their
leaders.
countries
No, I
here.
hear you, but I'm talking about the leaders who have been on the record.
Yeah, but after the debate, what they're saying that after the debate, allied countries are worried about the future of the U.S. and that it is a scary and embarrassing time for the country, and that the U.S. leadership is at stake. And one said, "Imagine the watch party in Beijing and Moscow." So are they right to be worried?
Look, there's a lot at stake. There's a lot at stake right now. There is. And I think that's why the president fights day in and day out on behalf of the American people. I got to be careful because you're kind of, they're worried about, I'm assuming, the election and what's going to happen. So I don't want to speak to that. But what I can say more broadly, there is a lot at stake. And we see that. We see that with Roe being overturned, the Dobbs decision. We see that with what happened on January 6th. Our democracy and freedoms are at stake. And not only do diplomats and world leaders care about that, Americans here at home care about that. That is something that they worry about. And that is something that the president's going to continue to fight for. Going to be careful. I can't, get into hypotheticals, what will happen. There's obviously an election going on. But there is indeed a lot at stake, and we talk about this all the time. Democracy, freedoms, a woman's right to choose. That is important. That is important to fight for. And what Republicans are trying to do, extreme Republicans in Congress are trying to do, put 3 national bans on abortion. That's what the type of legislation that they want to push forward. So we disagree with that. We're going to stand with the majority of Americans. Go ahead, Paris.
Thank you, Karine. 2 questions. One on NATO. So on next week's summit, does President schedule any important ballots with the bilaterals with the leaders, especially including Turkish President Erdogan? And second question is, we know China have been causing a lot of conflicts in South China Sea, Taiwan Strait, and East Sea. Yesterday, we saw Chinese Coast Guard ship harass Japanese ship near Senkaku Islands. Also detained a Taiwanese fish boat at Taiwan Strait. What is White House reaction to those comments?
So on the fish boat, we're obviously closely monitoring the incident, so we're going to continue to do that. And as far as any bilateral meetings, I don't have anything to read out to you at this time. I believe NSC is going to do a call on Friday to talk through what next week is going to look like with the NATO summit being here in DC. So I would say, stay tuned, look out for that. And we'll have more to share. And obviously, when there is a bilateral meeting, we certainly share that with all of you. Just don't have anything to preview at this time.
Follow-up, has U.S. reached out to Japan and Taiwan offer support over those incidents?
Well, I don't have any calls, obviously, to speak to at this time, but we encourage both sides to maintain open lines of communication so they can get to a resolution here, and that's what we call for. Okay. Oh. No, go ahead.
Thanks, Karine.